Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome, and to my old subscribers, you guys has been amazing. So in today's video I'll be talking about machine sew wig versus handmade wig. So which one is stronger, which one lasts longer, which one is firmer, which one is neater, and all of that. And if you are interested in knowing the features of each of these types of wigs, keep watching. So let me start with machine sew wig. Machine sew wig started trending, like, let me just say, this year or late last year. That's 2020 stroke 2021. Machine sew just all of a sudden began to be popular, and it's that type of wig that are sewn with machine. That's a machine that they use to sew clothes. Yes, that is what a lot of people are doing now. In fact, people are really making money from it, especially in big markets. You see them sewing wigs for a reasonable amount of money. So let me start with one of the advantages, or should I say features, or good things about machine sew wigs. First of all, machine sew wigs are very fast, like they are faster to make. Yes, talking from as a wig maker, it's very fast. It will be very easy. Like me now, I really even want to start planning of buying a machine to start doing machine sewn wigs, because they are faster. They make the job done fast, and especially when you have wigs to make in batches, it's very easy for you to make. And even also as a customer, like as a wig wearer, you take your wig to a stylist and you tell them, oh, I want this. Like, they give you, it's just like an express delivery. Like, immediately, you just, provided they give you you have given them the wig, within 30 minutes they will make your wig for you. Or if you go to the market, you can just sew your wig that same day. Within 1 hour, they will bring back your wig for you, provided you already giving them air to make. So you can see that machine sew wig is kind of faster, very fast to make, and it's stress free. So there's no point of you sitting hours. My fellow wig makers will understand, always choking needle, for 30 minutes, for 2 hours you are there sewing wigs with needle. No, it's very fast, sharp, you are done. So another good thing and the advantage of machine sew wig is that it's very neat. Yes, machine sew wigs are very neat. Like, if you turn the back of your wigs, like me, I don't have one to give you an example right now because I sew my wigs most times. So I would have shown you, but I think I will leave a picture for you to see. They are very neat. Like, when you turn the back of your wig, you will see how neatly neat the rope are. You don't see any thread, or you don't see any thread coming out, so which makes the wig very neat and well sewn. So that's one good thing about machine sew wig. Another sweet thing and another advantage of machine sew wig is that it's very cheap. Yes, it's very cheap to make. Even like as a customer or as a wig wearer, if a stylist might ask you, are you doing machine or you are doing handmade? If you are doing machine sew wig, they might charge you for, like, maybe, let me just say, for example, 2,000 naira. But no, sorry, 1,005. But a machine sew, a handmade wig, they might be charging you like 2,000 naira. Like, there must always be a difference, because machine sew wigs are very easy to sew and very fast. So this makes them to charge less than the handmade wig. So it's very cheap when you are using a machine to sew your wigs. So another advantage again about machine sew wigs is that machine sew wigs are long lasting. Yes, they last longer because, as a result of how firm it is really sewn. When they use machine to sew something, it's very tight and firm. So this makes it to last very long. So you can use it for years, even no matter how you wash that wig as many times as possible, it will still be firm, it will still be there, it will not be weak. The only thing that might be weak is maybe the wig cap, but the sewing of that the weft can never be weak. So this makes it to last for a very long time, no matter how you wash it as many times as possible. And another thing is that it's very strong and firm, because of, as a result of the tight sewing. So it doesn't loosen fast like before you know it, you start seeing rope all over the place in your wigs. No, it doesn't do that. It's very very, the sewing is very very firm and strong, especially when the person that sew the wig is very very good. So you can say, and which like I said in my the other advantage, that which makes it last a very long time. It doesn't get weak on time. So now let's come to the disadvantages. One of the things I don't really like about machine sew wigs is that most wig sewers, they kind of like cut, split the bundle, the wig the hair bundles. So like they split it to pieces, and that is not really good, because turning it over to sew is kind of very very difficult for them. So this makes them to cut it, like split it, the bundle. Like they don't sew a full, like one bundle, they don't sew a full block bundle. They have to cut it. When they sew they cut, when they sew they cut. So that makes it to the wigs will now start having pieces. The hair will, the bundles will be in pieces. And the disadvantage of that thing is that whenever you want to lose that hair, because you cannot always, you cannot wear a wig forever. There will be a time that you want to loosen it. Maybe if the wig cap is weak, maybe you want to change it to another wig cap. Losing it, it will now there will just be many scattered bundles all over the place, and in the process it might get lost. And before you taking it to a wig stylist to make for you, and even if it doesn't get lost, it's kind of, let me talk from the point of view as a wig maker, it will not be very difficult for the wig stylist to sew that wig, because she will start joining the bundles again, to start joining them, making them, and that one, it takes time, and it's also very very stressful. So that is one thing about machine sew wigs. It makes them split the wigs in the bundles into pieces, and it's not always very very good, especially when you buy an expensive hair. You start splitting it. It's not always good to do that. So that's one advantage of machine sew wig. So another advantage of a machine sew wig is that it's very very difficult to lose. So especially when, like I said before, that you cannot use a wig forever. So especially when it's an expensive hair, there are times that maybe the wig cap will get weak, that you have to change it into another wig cap. So you have to lose that bundle and maybe re-wig it again to your choice. So in the that brings me to this disadvantage. So one thing with machine sew wigs is that it's very very difficult to lose. Like if you don't take it to a professional to lose it for you, you might make a mistake, and in the process you will start using a blade to, before you know it, you will be splitting you'll be messing up your hair bundles. Except when you take it to a professional, and even when you even take it to a professionals too, you have to even be careful when doing it, so that you don't mess up a customer's hair bundle, especially expensive one. So it's very hard to lose. But if it's a normal handmade own, it's very easy. Within 30 minutes you are done. You have losing the bundles, and you can take it or do whatever you want to do. And if even as a stylist, maybe you made a mistake in sewing a particular wig, and you want to maybe adjust something, it will be very difficult for you to lose it. But so that's one thing that about machine sew wigs, they are very very difficult to lose. So in the process, it might trying to lose it, you might start splitting the wigs the wrong way, and you start messing up the hair bundle. So that's another disadvantage. Then another disadvantage again is that it's always kind of bumpy sometimes. Like if a wig is sewn, like a machine sew wig, if you wear it, you will discover that you are just like have feeling some bumps on your hair. Like it's not always very smooth and bumpy free. It's kind of bumpy, that sometimes you just like something is there, like you are just feeling this kind of cocoa in your wig. So it's not always very very smooth. It's kind of sometimes can be very bumpy. So it depends on how the person that sold it maybe made it. So but most times machine sew wigs tend to have that problem. They can be very bumpy at times, That's it for machine sew wigs. So now let's come to handmade wigs. Handmade wigs is what we all have known for years, for a very long time. All are used to handmade wigs that are made, with a needle and a thread. At least my fellow wig stylists will understand what I'm talking about. So right now, let's talk about the good part of handmade wigs. Handmade wigs are very, very neat too. Yes, they are neat, especially when the stylists, settle down and do a good job. It's very, very neat. It's long lasting, but it's not as long lasting as as a um a machine sew wig. And also it's very, very easy to lose. So like the example I gave in the machine sew wig section, handmade wig, if you make a mistake now, it's very, very easy for you to lose the wig. Even maybe if, for example, as well, that your wig gets old, even if you are not a professional, you can easily lose a handmade wig, because it's very easy. You just use the blade. Even you don't even need blade that is very, very sharp. You just use the blade and you just follow the thread, and within 15 minutes you are done. You have taken the hair bundles off. So it's very easy to lose, even as a professional and even as a wig wearer that doesn't know much about wig making. So that's one sweet thing I like, and it's always very smooth. It doesn't have that bumpy problem that machine sew wig have. It's always very uniform and not bumpy, especially when the person that made it knows how to do it correctly. It doesn't have that problem of giving you that bumpy feel. And one advantage of handmade wig is that it's you can double the bundles as many as possible, and you can also it's very easy to turn over the bundle. You don't split it. Most handmade wigs, they don't like split the hair bundles before sewing it. So that's a advantage of a handmade wig. So let's come to the disadvantage. Handmade wigs are kind of expensive. Yes, they are more expensive than machine sew wigs. So you can which it takes more time to make. So if you are, for example, now it might take like 3-4 hours. It depends on how fast or professional you are, but it takes longer time to make than a machine sew wig. So maybe that makes it more expensive, because it's more time consuming, so that makes it more expensive. So another thing is that it gets very weak easily. Yes, that's one thing about handmade wigs. If after a while, especially when you are washing that wig constantly, because of the water that is always entering inside, soaking inside the wig, it start making the thread to be very weak. And especially when the person that made that wig is not really a professional or didn't make it tight, it will not last. It will get weak and the rope will start coming out. So, and sometimes too, if you are brushing your hair, you are brushing your wig, if the wig is not properly sewn, where the handmade wig is not properly sewn, you will see that there is an extent to how you brush your wig. It will pull off, compared to a machine sew that even if you brush it, you use all your power to brush it, it will not pull off. But a handmade wig, if you are not careful and you brush it too much or you wash it too much, it begin to loosen. So it gets weak very, very easily. So there is an extent to how you wash it or brush your wig. You just like have to be very careful in handling it. Is more weaker, like fragile than a machine sew wig. So you just have to be very careful. It doesn't last like as long as a machine sew wig that you can use it for years, for as many times as possible. Machine sew wig doesn't do that, because it tends to get easily weak. So that's the advantage and disadvantage of each of these two type of wig. So let's chat in the comment section. Which one have you been which one are you used to? Which one have you done? Which one have they used on your wig? Let me know in the comment section. Are you team machine sew wig or are you team handmade wig? I'm still team handmade wig anyway. Maybe because it's what I do more, I do it myself, but I just like still kind of, prefer it than a machine sew wig. So maybe that's why I still like handmade wig. Or do you even have idea of how your wigs are made, if it's handmade or machine sew, and which one will you like to start telling your stylist to make for you? Is it the handmade wig or the machine sew wig? So let's chat in the comment section. And that's it for this video. And if you have watched to this point and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and join the wonderful family. I am sure you are going to enjoy this channel very, very much. And if you love my content, share, like my videos, give this video a thumbs up, and also subscribe to support this family once again. Thank you for watching. See you in my next video. Bye for now.